Mm-hmm. Moving on up. Yes, we're moving on up. Now, rest in peace, Dipset. Dipset did good. Their playlist was kind of whack. They just played their best songs near the end. I was just like, okay. Centennial Bishop. What's up, bro? Yeah, BDE is dropping this Friday, hopefully. I'm just gonna be real. I'm more ready to talk about Ja Rule than fucking who is blasting. I'm more ready to talk about Ja Rule this week than anything. You'll find out Friday. Mm. I actually thought the verse was pretty dope. To be real with you, LOX did their thing. I feel like it was good for New York, East Coast hip hop, and definitely and shit like that too. So I liked it. Yeah, I know Ronnie. What's up, Cruz? Hey, Eric, what's up, bro? Wait, what about Aaliyah? No, I never heard that. What the fuck? Hey, Alonzo, what's up? Okay. Yeah, I heard about what's his name? Cassidy and Tory Lanez going at it. To me, I really don't care, honestly. Shit. Oh my god. The flying hell. Yes, close it. Yes. God. What's up, knee boy? Rough Riders anthem all motherfucking day. Okay. Oh, yeah. I'm so tired. When I tell y'all I am tired, I am tired. Yeah, I feel like when people are trying to get in the stage too, but you know that like that's that New York shit too. Like not in a bad. People trying to get on the stage. The crowd was kind of getting crazy. You know. Ouch. Ah. Where am I? Writers? Try's gonna be on the way. Q, I won't be real. I like Carlos Santana, but I'm more of a 70s Carlos Santana fan. I'm not really too big on his shit post maybe the mid 70s, even though he's a good guitar player. Yeah, Jada Kiss, man, that nigga was just on another level that night. Oh shit, I still have some of this left. All right, Eric, peace. Um, Message me, email or Facebook me either tonight or tomorrow. I want to ask you something. Okay, try. Where are you at? Yeah, I like Curtis Mayfield. I've done stuff on Curtis Mayfield on this channel of this breakdown. Check it out. What's
Yo,
good?
yo,
Yo,
oh man, holy shit.
I know you got a lot of shit to say.
Yo, man, man, I love verses. I love this hip hop culture. I love the fact that I was blessed to grow up in the 80s and 90s and see all these legendary artists. Yo, this is one of the best. This every time if I feel like a broken record, like every time we come on and we say like yo the last one was one of the best. Just when I thought Red and Meth was the best, it keeps getting better. You know what I'm saying?
Like when they
This
focus on the hip hop, that's when it gets good.
this was one of the best, definitely. Like there's nothing like 90s hip hop, yo. Like
Yeah,
you want to know why people keep going back to the 90s and people discuss the 90s because we had the best hip hop. That's just what it is. We had the best shit. Not the 2000s, not the 2010s, not the 80s. 90s hip hop was the best. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we have these legendary matchups. But man, I got some issues with this shit though. Especially
same.
when I love Dipset and I picked Dipset to win, but they playlist was off. You know what I'm
Thank you.
saying? They playlist was off. From the very beginning, it felt like a triple threat. It felt like a handicap match with Cameron against the Locks. You know what I'm saying? And I know, listen, I've seen these groups, both of them in concert. I've seen Cam and Dipset. I've seen the Locks. I've seen the Locks 3 times in concert. I got all the concert stubs. What I don't understand how who did the playlist, but the playlist was off. There's no way in hell that Cam like Cam was playing. Cam should have wore a cape tonight. He was playing like he was Superman because every time they were down, he was coming back to build them out. And Jewel's got bangers. Go back and listen to From Me to You. Go back and listen to what the game's been missing. Go back and listen to Diplomatic Immunity Volume 1. He was the MVP of that album. He has bangers. They didn't play enough Jewels in the beginning. Jim didn't play enough of his shit, and he got solid albums. Diary of a Summer. You know what I'm saying? On My Way to Church. Pray for Rain. The El Capo album. The album he got out now with Howie Fraud. The Fraud Department. Solid album. They didn't play enough Jim Jones shit. That's where they fucked up
Thank
at. That's why people felt like the Locks won. The Locks came out with energy. This is the energy I was missing from the Locks from years ago. Remember when we talked about the last two Locks albums and how they were bad because they didn't have that energy. They came out
you.
with that energy tonight. That's the old Locks that I miss. And to me they won. The Locks won because their energy and their performances were crazy. You know what I'm saying? But Dipset, I could have did a better playlist with Dipset. They shit was just off. Like it was Cam against the Locks. You know what I'm saying? And if it's gonna be a group battle, you gotta play everybody in the group. You know what I'm saying? Another thing that hurt them was that they're not cool with none of the ex members. They're not cool with JR Ryder and 40 Cal and Hellrell. That also fucked them up also. Because if they were there, they would have won. Guaranteed. If Hellrell was still cool with the Dips and 40 Cal and JR Ryder and Bezel, Jaja, all them other cats, they would have won. It can't just be about Cam. It's like Cam going against the whole group. Then make it a handicap match. Let Cam against the whole group. Cause Cam discography is better than all of they shit. All of they shit. SDE, Purple Haze, Come Home with Me, Killer Season. His shit is better than all they shit put together. Make it Cam against the Locks because that's all they were playing. You know what I'm saying? Locks is
Yeah,
good, but they're not fucking with their discography, bro. I'm telling you. They got one classic album. They ain't got like a whole bunch of great albums like how Cam do. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. I know people want to say, I think y'all like just looking at the bars and not the hit records. It's not just about bars. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Jada and Styles is great lyrically, but they ain't got the hits like him. You know what I'm saying? They got a lot of features. That's just what they played. The Benjamin shit, the band from TV shit. They want a lot of features because of their lyricism. Cam was on features, but he can hold down a whole album by himself. He don't need a whole bunch of niggas on his album. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
That's the big difference. And I'm like, yo, like what the fuck? It's all Cam shit they playing? Cam is like playing like he's Superman. He's like it's Superman and fucking Aquaman and fucking Ant-Man with him. And I didn't like their playlist. Their selections was off.
It was very off.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, like I was there in the 2000s, bro. Joel's got bangers. Why he's not playing this shit from the first album? You know what I'm saying? Jim got bangers. Why he's not playing his shit from his other album? I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Nah. He played enough. He didn't need to play no Horse and Cabs. He played enough joints from his albums. They didn't play this a lot of their shit collectively though. I don't know, man. Like they playlist was off. That's what fucked them up. And all this bickering, too many people on stage. I thought I was watching Wu-Tang Clan. I'm like, bro, I saw Wu-Tang Clan in '96. They had like hundreds of niggas on stage with them. Dipset and Lox ain't Wu-Tang. Why they got all these niggas on stage?
I hate when niggas have
Way too many. Way too many people on stage. Nobody was wearing no mask out there. I'm like, yo, we still in COVID.
Yeah, that's
You
what
know
people
what I'm
were saying.
saying?
Y'all all vaccinated and shit.
I don't get that. It's just that shit was unorganized. I ain't see Tim and Swizz there at all. Maybe they wasn't trying to be over there and shit. They were far away from that.
I thought Swizz was there.
I didn't see him.
Oh, word.
If he was there, he must have been in the crowd. I didn't see Swizz. I didn't see Tim. Nah, I ain't. It was great, but it was Dipset. They playlist was off, man. Way off. You know what I'm saying? They came back in the later rounds and shit. I'm like, they should have did that in the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If it's gonna be a group thing, then it's almost like they didn't have faith in the other dudes' records. Like Jim put out heat. You know what I'm saying? Joel's put out heat. You know? I didn't get that shit though. Lox won because their energy was better. They had a better playlist. Than their energy on stage was better. But they tried to bar niggas up. I'm like, yo, it ain't all about bars, man. Because motherfuckers that don't even pay attention to, especially now in this era, a lot of motherfuckers don't pay attention to bars. Some of y'all great lyricists that y'all think is great ain't saying a damn thing. They just spitting fucking words together and y'all say, oh well, he's a great lyricist. But what is he saying? You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just say, oh, niggas is spitting bars, but they ain't saying a goddamn thing in their bars. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about bars when it comes to verses. It's about bangers. You know what I'm saying?
Impact.
They tried to bars niggas up. I'm like, yo, it ain't about bars, man. If it's about bars, then Jaden Styles already won that. It's about hit records. It's about bangers. At the end of the day. They playlist was way off, man. I could have made a better. Me and Reg could have made a better playlist for them.
Fact. They didn't play that
Way
much
better
shit from
playlist.
this community either. That's crazy.
Nah, but they got other group projects though. They got the Diplomatic Community Volume 2. They got all the other shit that Duke the God was throwing out there, all the mixtapes. Jada was playing shit from his mixtapes. They could have went that route and played. Juelz had like crazy mixtapes out. You know what I'm saying? He could have played any of them joints from his mixtape. Same thing with Jim. He had a ton of mixtapes out. Same thing with Cam. They just went the album route, but they were playing all the Cam shit. I'm like, yo, where's the Dipset shit? It's Cam against the Lox. You know what I'm saying? Jada was playing shit from the Champions Era. Like, that's one of his best mixtapes. He was playing freestyles and shit. They could have did the same thing.
They could have.
You know what I'm saying? It's like come on, man. Like I don't know. I don't know, man. Maybe they were doing that to get the casual motherfuckers, you know, like interested. But like the era that we come from, I know this shit. I could have made a better playlist with Dipset.
I'm not even the biggest fan. I could have made a better playlist.
You know what I'm saying? Then this is before social media, bro. There was no social media, bro. We ain't had no Instagram, no Facebook and MySpace and all that. This was back when niggas just had the internet and they were just going to fucking Bearshare and Napster and shit to download shit. Back when we had Dat Piff and all that, you know, Mixtape Monkey and all that. That's what the era was, man.
Yeah, that.
You know what I'm saying? Them niggas was running the streets. Okay, when it came to mixtapes, it was the Lox, it was G Unit, it was Dipset and State Property. That's who was running the street. And Weezy came after '05 and shit and took over the whole fucking thing. That's what it was. That's what we was bumping over here.
And the
You know what
rest
I'm
was
saying?
history.
And yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yo, these niggas, Dipset didn't go in their bag full enough, yo. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Cam coming out and he just like playing the back, like all chilling and shit. Like these niggas wasn't ready for the Locks. Locks was ready for war. They were ready. They saw the blood in the water. They were ready. The Dipset came out all chilling and shit, like, you know, like shit is a game.
There
You
ain't no
know,
game, no.
especially if you wanted these cats, you wanted to battle these cats. They going back and forth talking shit to each other on social media, and then y'all come out just all chilling and shit. Locks was ready for them.
They were
They were
ready.
ready. You know what I'm saying? And they selections was on point. They playlist. It's all about the playlist. Their playlist was on point. Dipset playlist was off. You know what I'm saying? Niggas ain't had no Spotify. I don't fuck with all that. I got boom boxes, bro. I listen to physical media. I don't fuck with no Spotify and Apple, man. Like, miss me with that shit. That streaming shit ain't for me, bro. We ain't doing no streaming over here. You know what I'm saying? When y'all niggas see me and Reg battle, when we do our own battle, I bring out the fucking albums, bro. Ain't shit on no streaming. I don't stream no bullshit. You know what I'm saying? That ain't from my era. It's about mixtapes, man. Like, these niggas ain't going their bag. You know what I mean? Like, I'm like, come on, man. Like, you got niggas out here in COVID and shit wearing without no mask. If you make me go out in COVID to see your ass, you better put on a performance. You know what I'm saying? I ain't like the performance that they brung. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder what
Locks had it, man. The Locks did they thing.
I wonder what the next verse is gonna be and shit.
It better be something good. You making niggas go out their house for in COVID, niggas ain't wearing no mask and unsafe out here and shit. You better give us a real epic battle. Really epic. I seen Fat Joe in the audience. That nigga took off his mask and he had one on and he took it off. You know what I'm saying? And they showed him twice without the mask on. You know? Crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? I made my younger cousin watch this shit with me. I'm like, yo, he 15. I'm like, yo, watch your culture, bro. This is it. You know what I'm saying?
Words.
Ain't no little Yachty and these other niggas ain't gonna do it like these niggas, man. This is history you seeing right now. Locks and Dipset. You ain't never gonna see no shit like this again.
Right. Ain't no little baby, the baby.
They ain't doing it. You want to know why? You kids watching, you want to know why niggas ain't paying attention to your generation and they ain't got no verses for y'all because y'all don't make classic shit like us. That's just what it is.
And it's too early for them.
If you under 25, you're not gonna understand. You know what I'm saying? They're not rushing. Nobody's rushing to put Megan Thee Stallion in the verses, bro. This is
Now they trying to
legends they
partner up.
celebrating. My bad.
Now they're trying to partner up with like boxing and wrestling promotions and shit.
This is man. Fuck all that boxing shit. Boxing done. Boxing been done. As soon as Mayweather said he was done, boxing was done with him. Ain't no boxers I'm trying to see anymore. Ain't no great boxers anymore, man. You know what I'm saying? They lost their fans to MMA and UFC and shit. You know? This is
Right.
legends you seen here, man. You ain't never gonna see this shit ever again in your life. You be lucky if you see this shit. And I was fortunate enough to see these motherfuckers in real life. To see them.
Well, Eric wants to come on and shit.
Bring them on. We got to do the album review though.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like.
You know what I'm saying? Like
That's
this
why
is once in a lifetime, man. Fuck boxing. I don't watch
Hey,
boxing.
yo,
anymore.
Eric. If you're watching, do you want to just wait till we review the album and shit, and you can say what you had to say? 'Cause I know the niggas came in to watch us do this shit too, but we can still talk about the verses after and shit.
This is epic. But I feel Locks won to me, you know what I'm saying? And I wasn't picking them,
Yeah.
but they won. But I just feel like they focus way too more on like lyrics. I'm like, yo, like yeah, y'all are great lyrically, but collective, like individually, y'all ain't got no classic like him. You only got no classics like Jim. Somebody name me one Jadakiss classic album. He have none. This is what I've been telling niggas the whole week. I'm like, Jada is one of the best lyrically. He has no classic albums. I dare somebody to debate me on that. He has none. Find me a classic album from Jada. Biggie Smalls is dead and gone and left two classic albums. Tupac, dead and gone. He had classic albums. Jadakiss have none. Sheik has no classic albums. Am I lying? Tell me I'm lying. If I'm lying, y'all tell me I'm lying. Does Jadakiss have any classic albums? Does Sheik have any
So
classic albums?
So you don't think the first album is a classic from Jada?
Kiss the Game with
Your mic fucked up.
That's
Sorry,
his best album.
You're on mute.
That's his best album. And when you put it up against Ready to Die, when you put it up against Only Built for Cuban Link, it ain't fucking with those albums. You know that. We don't bite no. We don't. Yo, we're not biting. No, never ever in the history have I bit my tongue for any fucking thing. Y'all already know me. Am I lying? Jadakiss have no classic albums. He's a great lyricist. Top 5 all time, top 10, whatever. He has no classic albums. Sheik has no classic albums. Now Styles P, he's the only one in the locks to me that make the classic shit. You know what I'm saying? He still make consistent music. But individually, they're not fucking with Cameron discography. They're not fucking with Jim. Even Jewel's got 2 solid albums more than Jadakiss. Come on, man. Tell me I'm lying, Eric.
Nah, you not lying, man, because
So they
these verses could have been way fucking better.
They tried to make it a bar thing. I'm like, yo, we already know you and Styles are the great, but individually, y'all not fucking with Cam's discography. Y'all not fucking with Jim Jones' discography. They got way better albums than them.
They could have played way better music, man. I'm real disappointed in the Diplomats, man. Like, if you was gonna play some Cameron shit, like, play some shit that niggas, like, truly want to hear. Like, you could have played some shit for fucking Killer Season. You could have played shit from Sports, Drugs, and Entertainment. You could have played better shit for fucking Diplomatic Community 1 and 2. Like, what the fuck was you niggas doing? You can't be playing with things like that.
They played way too many Cam records. They didn't play collectively. They shit. Right. I'm like, so is Cam against the Locks? Yeah, exactly. They didn't play. That Jim could have went in his bag. He didn't even go in his bag and really play his joints. It's same thing with Jewel's. This dude was like one of the best in 0203. And then he fell the fuck off and went to jail and went on Love and Hip Hop and all that with his wife and shit. I'm like, yo, like people forgot how dope Jewel's was.
Yeah, Jules was that nigga, man. They could have had some other dudes up there, Right. They could have brought like.
And they're not cool with them. They're not cool with them. They're not cool with Hell Rell and them.
If you coming with the lot, I'm like, man, fuck all that B shit. We going up against these niggas. You already know what the fuck they gonna do. Man, like, come on the stage, nigga, and let's drop the heat on these niggas.
That's what I would have did.
We gotta bring out A-game. But they didn't do that shit. What the fuck was 40 Cal at? Mm-hmm. What was fucking J.R. Ryder at? I mean, what was fucking Mr. Wave at? What was he at? Like, what was these other niggas that was in Dipset, man? Like, the shit was cool, though, but, like, the music kept fucking up. They started too late. You had niggas on stage that wasn't wearing no fucking masks. Like, you had bitches out there that wasn't moving and grooving. All you niggas gonna get sick, man. This shit could have been way better.
Yep.
That's the problem with verses and shit. Y'all need to organize this shit.
It's unorganized.
Like, put this shit in a certain era. Put this shit in a certain place where this shit won't be fucking up. You know, this shit won't be messing up with the sound quality, and niggas can just get on their A game when they doing music and stuff, man. Like, it was the cool verses to see 2 legendary hip hop groups together, though. But like, it could have been way better. Like, Dipset shit could have been way better. They have way more shit than the Locks.
Exactly.
Not saying the Locks don't have shit, but like, come on now. None of them niggas ain't fucking Cameron discography.
Nope. It was too unorganized. I'm like, why is there 100 people on stage, bro? And they told them to get off like many times, and they got back on stage. Nobody's wearing a mask. I'm like, bro, like
statues and shit, man. Like, get the fuck out the stage. It's about the Locks and Dipset. Like, get the fuck off the stage. Y'all niggas just standing there like statues. They ain't never saying if y'all don't move, they gonna shut the shit down.
I saw my son was on stage. I'm like, bro, my son ain't a part of Dipset. I'm like, why was
I
he
didn't
there?
even see that nigga.
Yeah, my son was on
What,
stage
what
with
the
them.
fuck you doing there?
I'm like, bro, I mean, yeah, he
What
from
he
Harlem,
did?
but I'm like, you're not from Dipset, so why are you there? Like, so everybody from Harlem gonna be there? I didn't see Mason there. He from Harlem.
Now
Yo,
you know
you should
Mace
have
would
brought
be
Mace out. You should have brought Jay-Z out. You should have brought somebody out. You should have brought Jay-Z out for Welcome to New York City if you was gonna play that track.
I don't get it. Dips, I've seen Dipset in concert. They were good. You know what I'm saying? They just fucked up with this verses. I don't know what happened with them. I didn't like the energy from the start when they came out and Cam was just chilling on the beach chair. I'm like, get your fucking ass up and perform, yo. You got people coming out in COVID, not wearing a mask, coming to see you, and you chilling on a beach chair.
me personally. I
I
feel
would
like
have been
I
up.
feel like
I would have been on stage moving and shit, waving my hands or some shit. You can't just
Exactly.
be
He
sitting
was just
down, nigga.
chilling. He was just chilling like it's nothing.
I feel like verses pretty much ended. Like I don't like the way how they incorporated the crowd more and shit like that.
They gotta do
Yeah,
something about that. It's and I'm like only in New York would that shit
right.
happen. I'm like, come on, bro.
The crowd was quiet as church mice, man. This shit, this not a crowd that like that want to be at a dip set versus rock, versus and shit. Some of them niggas probably didn't even know none of them songs from them, man. Especially some of the girls and shit. Like,
Right,
come on, man. Like this shit could
right.
have been way better. Like,
They were just there just to look good. I'm like, why all these people on stage? There's some shit you expect from Wu Tang. I've seen Wu Tang. They had 100 people on stage. Dipset they never did no shit like that before. That's why I didn't understand. I'm like, why the
yeah,
fuck is all these people on stage with them?
Again,
niggas gonna
unorganized and
fuck
shit.
around and get sick.
Crazy. You know what I'm saying? I just they energy was just off. I'm like, that's what y'all playing? Y'all playing like Mad Cam joints like right now? Like for what? They got a whole
I'm
discography of
supposed to
shit
mix this
together,
shit up,
bro.
man.
They got a whole discography of mixtapes and
Yeah,
albums together, like a compilation album and shit. I'm like, this is what y'all are playing? Just all the Cam shit?
they could have played the whole Diplomatic
So
Immunity album and niggas would be
and just
vibing with it.
the way that the locks came off, like they were just clowning them niggas. I'm like, yo, like Jim Jones and Jewels, they just look like some fools on stage with them, yo.
Yeah, Cam can't do it by himself. Y'all niggas gotta help too. Like you should,
That
I'm
was
telling
fucked
you, you
up.
should have had them other niggas in Dipset, man. You just can't have Jim Jones and fucking Jules Santana. I
That
want
was
the
fucked
whole
up.
team up there, nigga. If you going up against
They
the lot,
they just made like
like
Cam look
you
like
just ain't gonna,
Superman.
like if you have state property go up against somebody, you just ain't gonna see Benny Siegel. You gonna see your
Exactly.
Sparks. You gonna see the Young Guns. You gonna see every nigga in the group.
Exactly.
Like, what's the use of
Exactly.
having these niggas out there if you ain't gonna have the whole roster? Like them
And they
niggas
got
one of the only dudes out there spitting fire. Hell, Rivers spitting fire.
they got state property back on tour with them. Yo, if this was state property, every one of them members would have gave Lock some help. Every one of them, from Beans to Oskino and Sparks, they would have been ready.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yo, like I'm expecting Dipset to really come out with the energy and shit. These niggas just walking out all late. Cam just chilling in the back. I'm like, bro, like what the fuck?
Then they fucked up they intro too, man. The music fucked up. I'm like,
Right.
what the hell's going on? We already had to wait like 50 extra minutes to look at this shit. Then why y'all get that UFC motherfucker to do the intro? Like, why the fuck he was there for? He
That
didn't know nothing about
that's
no
why I was
damn
like,
hit.
okay,
Why
y'all
he was
doing
just there to get a check?
You
I
know
was
they
like,
paid
y'all
them a
doing
lot of money. You know they paid them a lot of money to do that though.
That nigga got his that motherfucker got his bag and just say, fuck this shit. I done got my lick off you niggas. I'm gone.
I was like, y'all doing too much with
That
that shit.
motherfucker didn't have no energy needed in the intro. He didn't have no
I'm like,
energy. Man, I think he fucked up by calling out one of the person's names or something. I don't
right.
know.
I'm like, yo, Locks energy was on a 20, not even on a 10. Like that's the Locks I miss because they don't that same energy they don't have on their recent albums. You know what I'm saying? Like I told Reg, I'm like when we talked about their last two albums, that chemistry and energy was missing from those albums to me. It's not like how it was when they had Money, Power, and Respect and We Are the Streets. I'm like, this is the old Locks I miss, and they were ready for Dipset.
Yeah, they're the only two albums I want to fuck with,
Yeah,
man.
that's the only
When
ones.
it comes to being as a group, and if you go between those albums and those two Diplomatic Immunity albums, which one you gonna pick? You could definitely put like Diplomatic Immunity up against both of the Locks albums and
Yeah,
stuff, and
definitely,
most of the time you might pick Diplomatic Immunity. 'Cause every
definitely.
song on that album is a fucking
It
banger.
was fire,
You could have
and they
played some
didn't,
shit for
they
Unconscious.
didn't,
Like
they
they ain't play
didn't.
none of that shit.
Yeah, they didn't go deep in their bag. I'm like, why are they playing all these cam joints? Like, go deep in your bag. You got like mad shit. I don't understand. Like, who was doing this playlist?
Hella mixtapes, hella albums. Like, don't be scared. Y'all niggas gotta come out guns blazing.
If they scared, then you should have never challenged them. That's how I see it. Like, I would have rather see state property against them. And they got 2 albums, and I know they would have gave the Locks some help.
Yeah, I wouldn't give a fuck. Man, losing. I would have came in guns blazing. Like, I know we brothers and everything, but nigga, this is war. Win, lose, or draw. I ain't going out like no hoe. You just can't be sitting down being lazy and shit. And the crowd wasn't really in it. Like, if you wait that damn long, like, the crowd gonna lose
Yeah,
all its energy and shit.
it.
And, like, if them motherfuckers started, like, on time and them niggas had their shit together, it would have been a way better verse, in my opinion.
You could tell. You could like them later rounds. They were only hyped for the Locks joints. When the Locks started getting into their feature bag and they played the J Lo shit and the Benjamins and the Mariah joint, the crowd was feeling the Locks more than Dipset. And that's how it was from the beginning. I'm like, yo, Dipset fucked up, man. Like they playlist was fucked up from the beginning.
They should have came out guns blazing, man. We gonna hit y'all niggas with bangers and bangers and bangers. You just can't be out here playing these like soft ass tracks, and the Locks were playing these soft tracks. I'm like, the nigga Jada was like, we got tracks like that too. I'm like, nigga, why you playing them, nigga? Supposed to be hitting them with that street shit. We didn't hear no. You told me. We didn't hear no fucking. We didn't hear no. We could have played the whole fucking We Are the Streets album.
They were
just stay on the street and
they were trying to prove. They were trying to prove a point to Dipset, like yo, like Dipset were the ones that were doing the songs for the chicks, but Locks got some joints. They played, Ride or Die Bitch. They played, Knock Yourself Out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they did it, once in the blue. They were more about the street shit. That's how Jada beat Fab, because Fab was all about the chicks. He was playing all that chick shit, and Jada was playing the street shit, and that's why Jada beat him.
And Fab got some street shit too. He could have played that shit to balance it out, though. You gotta have like a mixture of like your street shit and a mixture of your mainstream shit. You just can't be playing the same shit all the time. You gotta mix that shit up.
But see, the chicks
and the Diplomats catalog between them as a group and individual artists, they shit way longer than the Locks.
The chicks love the street shit.
From their mixtapes and shit.
The chicks love the street shit just as much as the dudes though. Like they fuck with the blood pressure and fuck you and all that. There's chicks I know that can recite line for line those Lock songs. You know what I'm saying? So the chicks like the street shit too. You know what I mean? But it's like, I think that's why they were doing that. They proved the Dipset point, like, yo, like we got this chick joints too, but we wasn't all about this chick joints like you guys was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Fab got the street shit too, but his thing is he make chicks songs with chicks, and a lot of the chicks love those songs. Throw it in the bag, and what's the shit he did with Jagged Edge? That joint he did with Jagged Edge.
Yeah, he's the type of artist that can do type of songs like that.
Yeah, but he had the street joints too.
Yeah, he could have definitely played those and shit.
Yeah.
I wish Versus would just give these artists, more time and more momentum to get prepared and shit, instead of just not having their shit together, and Versus not really having their shit together with the audio quality and motherfuckers just messing up and whack ass DJs not doing their job and shit, So, I don't know.
They changed the time twice. Before it was supposed to be 8 p.m. They changed it to 9, and then they changed it to 9:30, and these niggas didn't get on until after 10 p.m. So they got on late.
They weren't late for Bow Wow and Soulja Boy.
Exactly. I'm like, you wasn't late for that shit? For Bow Wow and Soulja Boy, niggas was on time for that, and these niggas, this is like gonna be an epic matchup, and these niggas was late. I'm like,
niggas
come
probably
on.
tipsy or something. They probably didn't know what time it was.
I love it. I love to see both groups. I was happy to see Jarrell's come back after him being incarcerated. I was happy to see him back with Dipset and them just being together again. I just felt like their playlist was off, yo. They played way too many cam joints. It wasn't spread out enough for Jewels to
Yeah.
do his thing and for Jim and another and that's what sound like yo. It's fucked up that they wasn't cool with Hal Rell and the other members because if they was, I would have loved to see all of them on stage together. You know, but it was
I
good.
just
I
hope these
enjoyed it.
verses get better and shit. Yeah, it was good for what it was and shit. It could have been way better. I just hope verses get their shit together and give some of these older artists a chance to,
Right,
get in the ring and do their thing
right,
instead of trying to get these mainstream new generation rappers a chance
right.
when they only get 1 or 2 albums that motherfuckers don't even understand or ain't even thinking about and shit. You got to give legends that actually paved the way for some of these artists, that got long discographies and features that motherfuckers will remember and stuff. You just can't be bringing these fast food ass rappers in here and just expect these niggas to do verses and stuff.
And
You know,
they got to spread it out more to other regions. Like I'm not seeing any southern matchups, any Midwest matchups. What happened to 3 6 Mafia and Bone Thugs? What happened to Scarface? Like they just doing East and West?
yeah, niggas was talking shit. Niggas was talking shit about Bone Thugs and Harmony in one of the live streams I was in. Talking about Bone Thugs don't got 20 hits.
They
I'm like,
bugging.
nigga, you done
They
lost your
bugging.
fucking mind. You don't really
They
know what you
tripping.
talking about.
They bugging. Bone Thugs easily got 20 hits. They got more than 20. You know what I mean? Like I would like to see that 3 6 Mafia and Bone Thugs. They planned that since last year. We still didn't get it.
Yeah.
You know, Kanye West, he got 20 bangers
I
easily.
don't know,
Can we
man.
get a
These niggas
Kanye?
just need to get their shit together with these verses and shit. They just throw shit on the wall and expect it to stick.
Yo, did you see when that DJ got on in the beginning and he played the Pac hit him up and they took that shit right off?
Yeah,
He switched that shit really quick, bro.
I was like, you a
You
bold
don't let
ass
that
nigga.
shit play. You let
And
fucking,
that was the only Tupac song he played too.
you let,
That's the only Pac song he played. They didn't want
you
that
let
shit.
some mumble ass, you let some garbage ass mumble song play. I'm like, man, go back to that Tupac, nigga. What the fuck is you
They
doing
didn't. They
playing
didn't
some
want to
shit?
hear that.
Then
He
he
took that
wasn't really
Pac off
playing
shit.
that. Yeah, one of them niggas, some of them niggas when he was playing the New York tracks and shit, they were playing like shit from like Atlanta. So like, this is New York City. You weren't even playing those, certain New York tracks that most of these motherfuckers will remember.
That nigga was playing like Mad 50 shit. I'm like, is G Unit a part of this battle or what?
No, you playing mad Jay-Z shit.
Jay Z shit too. Yeah, I heard a lot of J and 50.
Yeah, they're all like, is Jay Z gonna be here? I'm like, damn, where Jay Z gonna be at?
Right, right.
He
He
didn't
did
even
joints with
show up.
both of them. He did joints with the
You know what I'm
Locks and
saying?
with
Why you
Dipset.
playing? Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Why you playing Welcome to New York City? Then they could have came back on the tag team and just did their verses together. That shit would have been nice too.
That shit was funny.
You would have seen Jay Z out there with those fake ass dreads, bobbing and weaving and shit. They would have been going back and forth and stuff. It would have been beautiful.
That shit was funny. I'm like, yo, he took that Pac's joint off at quick fast. I'm like, we still doing this? Are we still doing this whole East West bullshit?
I
So
mean,
niggas can't play Pac in New York?
it's been 25 years. Yeah, y'all niggas
Exactly.
still
I'm like, so
Let
niggas can't
somebody
play
rest
Pac?
in peace.
Wildin'.
I play hit him on anytime I want to. I play in New
Right.
York anytime I want to. Nigga, do something.
Right?
Y'all gonna play who shot you and shit. Why can't I play hit him up, motherfucker?
They bugging, yo.
If they played New York from the Dogtown, they would have took it out too.
Yeah, he
They
would have took
would
that
have
shit
took that
off.
out.
He would have took that shit off. That should bring up old feelings in
Snoop Dogg
niggas.
shit. Yeah. Don't play that Snoop Dogg shit. He knocked down the powers.
Right? That shit bring up old feelings in niggas. They still remember that. I'm like, fuck all
Right.
that. That shit was banging. I'm
Niggas-
playing it.
Yeah, these little niggas weren't even alive. They getting butthurt about shit they weren't even alive about.
I think that
Come
DJ
on.
got fired or some shit.
He got fired? Yo.
He needed to get fired. He wasn't doing shit. Some of them niggas weren't even mixing and scratching, but some of them was doing it though. They weren't even patting it up on the wheels and still and shit. And that's the thing I hate about verses. Y'all need to get some DJs who can mix and scratch and mix these tracks right and shit.
Exactly.
And just don't be fucking up and just be going off balance and shit. Y'all need to have a dude up there who actually knows what the fuck he doing when y'all be having these DJs doing verses and shit.
Mm-hmm. Facts.
Y'all ready to start the review?
Yeah.
I'm gonna let y'all rock. I just want to come on and say my 2 cents about this shit. I gotta
No
go to
doubt.
sleep, get ready for work. But I'm gonna see y'all later.
No doubt. Appreciate
All
it,
right,
man.
bro. Appreciate it, man. All right, so let's just talk about this week. It's
All right,
about to be
man.
an hour.
Yeah.
All right. Ronnie said, "What about Biggie's Who Shot You?" But
We're
that
gonna
wasn't
play
a
that.
diss track, though.
That was a diss track. What you mean?
It
That
Who
was a
Shot You
diss
was
track.
not. It was not a diss
That wasn't a
track.
diss track.
No, it was not.
He's clearly talking about somebody in that song. If it's not Pac, then it's J. Rule or somebody. He's clearly talking about somebody.
Okay, but
That's not a diss track
me
to you?
personally, it feels more like a revenge song. It's not a diss track to me because they would have really publicized if it was a diss track.
What you mean? No. Remember, this. You just sent me the tracks a couple of days ago. Puffy wouldn't let him release the diss tracks up to Pac. He made the
Yeah,
diss tracks. He didn't. Puffy didn't want no part of that. He didn't want him to release nothing.
yeah, and that's why Who Shot You was not a diss.
You don't think it was
It
a diss
was
track?
it was not a
I
diss
think that was clearly a diss track to somebody.
because originally that was supposed to have been like a Keith Murray track too with
Mm-hmm.
Mary J. Blige originally.
Right. That's right.
Yeah,
So
but I just feel like
How did Biggie get the beat and not Keith Murray?
there was a story. I forgot. I have to read the story again, but I just feel like that was like a B. That was the B side to Big Papa, and
Mm,
back in the rappers had the B sides and shit like that too. So
right.
that could have been like a rap song for Ready to Die. They just threw it on the B side. But my thing is this. This is just my personal opinion.
Mm,
It was just a bad marketing ploy because for one, y'all knew exactly what y'all were doing when Pop got shot. Y'all released Who
exactly.
Shot You. They
Mm-hmm.
knew exactly what they were doing and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And if you really listen to like the track and the setting of the track and stuff like that, you can tell when Biggie is subliminally talking about Pac and shit.
Right. And then you got Puffy at the end talking all his shit.
Yeah,
Which is what
as
he did
we,
on Life. He did that on Life After Death on the Long Kiss Goodnight joint.
yep,
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm like yo, like they clearly talking about Pac. Again, like niggas is not mentioning names, and Pac was calling out everybody by name. So it made the East Coast look some type of way. Like damn, like y'all got Snoop Dogg kicking down buildings in the video, and then y'all got Pac on all these unreleased joints calling niggas out by name. Nobody's saying his fucking name. Mobb Deep ain't say his name. Biggie ain't say his name. Jay-Z was afraid of him. You know what I'm saying? It's like the Nas disc comes out years later. Why is all this shit coming out now? When this shit could have came out in 95, 96.
niggas was scared.
Exactly. So you scared of one dude. The whole coast is scared of one nigga.
And speaking of the Dog Pound, New York, that wasn't even a diss track to New York either. The music video was just a diss track,
Right.
an aim to New
No,
York.
no. You hear the chorus. New York, big city and dreams, but everything in New York ain't always what it seems. That's a diss to
That
us.
that that came from a Grandmaster Flash song. Melly Mel did that shit.
Okay.
Yeah.
But we it's focused. We're focused more on it when the Dog Pound is doing it. When it's Death Row.
Oh yeah, because when that video happened, I think Biggie pulled out a hit
Mm-hmm.
on Funkmaster Flex's show talking about he didn't want them doing the video there and shit like that because this was after the whole Source Awards nonsense or whatever. And so that's when they did the whole throwing down buildings and Capone and Noriega, they did the whole
Right.
LA
LA.
shit too.
Right.
But even
But
Corrupt
we
said that
but we knew who CNN was talking about when it. Remember, CNN got two versions. They got one over the New York beat,
yeah,
and then
they
they
do.
got one over the Marley Marl beat. We knew who CNN.
Yeah,
CNN wasn't afraid of these niggas. They would call these
not
dudes
anymore.
out. You know what I'm saying? But it's different. It's like if you looked at as the king of New York, Biggie and Jay and Nas, and they're afraid to go at Pac. Pac had this whole coast shook, yo. Let's call it what it is.
He did.
You know what I'm saying? And he called out other people that I've never heard a response. I never heard a response from the Brat. I never heard a response from the Fugees. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
allegedly,
LL Cool J. He called LL Cool J out. I never heard no response from LL.
the Fugees allegedly dissed Pac on Cowboys from the Score album.
Right. Allegedly.
Yeah, because Pac kind of took offense to that because of the whole rapper actor. that whole story. I feel like the whole Haitian Jack. That's the reason why it even
Yes,
started. In my opinion,
right. Haitian Jack, right.
I don't buy the
Tu-
whole the cowboy shit all the way.
Tupac mentioned Haitian Jack in songs before, so
Yeah, even
Haitian
De La
Jack
Soul.
mentioned it. Yeah, Haitian Jack even mentioned Tupac or whatever. I think he tried to downplay Pac. He's like Pac wasn't about that life and shit like that, and
A lot of people has.
you know what I'm saying. He tried to make him look like he was smaller than what he was.
De La Soul, this Pac,
Mm,
and Naughty by Nature.
right. You know what I mean? So that's a whole different topic. I'm just saying it's like, let's call it what it is, man. Pac had niggas shook. Now 20 something years later, they don't come with all these diss songs. I'm like, where was these diss songs in '95? You know, when you sit up and niggas say like, yo, oh, I didn't got no beef with Pac, but you making a Pac diss record and it comes out 25 years later.
That should be funny.
Come on, Nas. Like, you know what I'm saying? You had no problem going at Jay on Ether. That shit got released real quick to the radio. When you do a diss song for Pac, we just now hearing it. I'm just now hearing this shit like now.
Yeah.
You
So
know?
let's start this review already and shit.
Yeah, let's go.
All right. What's up, you two? How's everyone doing this lovely Wednesday morning, to be exact? It's your boy Reg in the building. Got my homeboy Try with me.
What up?
Um, yeah, thank y'all so much for bearing with us while we had this. I think I might have to retell this video too. Fuck it. Like, yeah, recap shit. Fuck this, retell this shit. Because we literally spent a whole hour talking about this shit. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, we finally going to talk about My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I'm about to pull up the album cover right now. One of my homeboys was supposed to have came, but I'm like, fuck it. He didn't reply back to my message, but he's gonna make messages on the verses too. So I'm like, okay, whatever. So I'm gonna pull up the album cover right now. But this is Kanye's fifth studio album. To be real.
Yep.
Oh, you got the album?
Yes, I got that one.
Never mind then. Okay. Yeah, you got the album. Okay, so
Yes.
singles album is known for are Power, Runaway, Monster, and All of the Lights. Producers include Bink, DJ Frankie, Kanye, Mike Dean, No ID, RZA, and S1. Guest appearances include fucking Kid Cudi, Raekwon, Jay-Z, Rick Ross, Nicki Minaj, Bon Iver, Swiss Beats, Pusha T, Sahada Prince, RZA, um, John Legend, and that's it.
Yep.
Okay. So, yeah, we already talked about how we got into Kanye, so let's go back to the year 2009. Let's just go back to 2009. The VMAs to be exact.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift had just won her first VMA, beating out Single Ladies from Beyonce. Don't know why, but okay. Then Kanye pretty much went on stage and he said, and I quote, Taylor, I'm really happy for you. I'm gonna let you finish. But Beyonce had one of the best videos of all time. And I don't even want to say if y'all people thought the whole the baby controversy was something, the whole Kanye backlash at that time was worse.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, I didn't even watch the VMAs when it first aired that night. But when I woke up, all I saw was Kanye this, Kanye that. I was just like, wow. Like, even when the VMAs was
I
playing,
remember it.
yeah, when the VMAs, it didn't even end yet. That was like the number one topic in the world and shit.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yep.
even President Obama called him a jackass.
Yes.
So he actually went
I
to
remember.
Hawaii, yeah, to clear his mind and stuff like that too. And mind you, he was still reeling over his mom's death. He was going to go on tour with Lady Gaga, but that got canceled and shit too. And you know the whole 808s and Heartbreak. A lot of people at that time, keyword at that time, was not really feeling it
It was
due to
different.
the
Definitely a
auto
different
tune.
album.
Yeah, even though now I personally fuck with the album and shit like that, surprisingly,
I
but
love it.
at that time
Definitely.
it was not a well received album.
Right.
So he stayed in Honolulu and he reportedly spent like over $3 million to record the album, which is like one of the most expensive albums to come out. And so, in order to promote the album, he ended up doing Good Fridays, the Good Fridays ordeal and shit like that too.
Yes.
And I know you guys remember when he did this shit, like the Good Fridays, where he had like the whole Christmas in Harlem and shit like that. I'm pulling up the songs right now. I'm on
That's
Wikipedia.
the last time I listened to a radio station because Hot 97,
Yeah.
like he was showing up at Hot 97 every Friday to debut another track, and there's a lot of unreleased tracks on this album.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Like certain tracks that was they had Lord 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 with Most Devs, Twist Beast, Wake One, and Charlie Wilson.
I love that.
I love Christmas in Harlem with
Mm-hmm.
Cam. They should have performed this song, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
Jim
Mm-hmm.
Jones, Vado, Sada Prince, so on and so on.
Yep.
The Joy, which that track was
Fire.
actually a bonus track on Watch the Throne. I sounded British for a minute. Okay. Don't Stop,
Mm-hmm.
which we got to talk about Watch the Throne too, you know, because
Yes.
yeah,
Yes.
that's like really one of the last times I really enjoyed a Kanye
I need to
album.
get that album. That's an album that I definitely want from Jay.
Yeah,
You know.
but yeah, this was the whole Good Fridays, and this was really Kanye at his zone and
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that too. This is really, in my opinion, the beginning of God Kanye.
Yes.
And the reason why I say this, the reason why I say God Kanye, Jesus Kanye, was this was the beginning of the epic Kanye album.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Mm-hmm.
because notice, look at the releases before this album, and look at the releases after this album.
Right.
You'll know what I'm talking about. Because it's just like like when he released Graduation, for
Mm-hmm.
instance, that was released the same day as 50 Cent's Curtis
Curtis.
and shit
Yeah.
too. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And that album won a lot of acclaim and shit like that too. And Curtis ended up being Curtis. Curtis, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like it just became like a footnote in 50's discography and shit too.
Right.
Which I was thinking about doing a double review on Graduation and
We should.
Curtis one
We
day.
should do that. Yes, we should.
Maybe September 11th.
And you know what? And the crazy thing is, when they had that showdown, I was picking Curtis. You know what I'm saying? And I bought Curtis the same day, and I waited to get Graduation. Like I think 2016, I got Graduation. But when I heard Graduation, I'm like, oh, this is a dope album. But I didn't think it was gonna sell more than Curtis though. And I thought, I'm like, just with him releasing I Get Money, I'm like, that just took it over. But Graduation sold more, and it was a better album.
Once Kanye came out with Good Life, it was a wrap.
Yeah.
But see, with the fucking I believe in that. I actually thought Curtis was gonna win too because for one, 50 was that hot nigga, but I felt like with that day was a turning point in hip hop because it was like the hardcore G Unit, Dipset influence shit was kind of going to the back burner. And then you had like the flamboyant, like the Kanyes and the Lil Waynes, and then of course with the Drakes coming out and shit too. It was like a more flashier hip hop and stuff like that. Basically influenced more on fashion in a weird way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And yeah, like Graduation itself. You know, I'm gonna get back to Dark Twisted Fantasy, but Graduation, even the sound itself was more atmospheric. It was more dense. It was more.
Yeah.
And even Kanye wanted to make like a more like a stadium rock album in a weird way too.
I enjoyed that one more, and I don't know, like there's a lot of issues I had with Curtis, but I enjoyed Graduation more than Curtis.
Yeah, believe it or not, that might be Kanye. That Graduation album, that might be one of those only albums that I don't really have no complaints about and shit too. So,
Right.
well, maybe Drunk and Hot Girls, but I'll let that slide. but yeah, with Dark Twisted Fantasy, with the Good Fridays and stuff like that too, it was pretty much Kanye back at his zone and stuff like it. Made people like really like appreciate him again after like bashing him on the whole Taylor Swift VMA shit, which I do believe Beyonce should have won though. That's just my opinion.
Right. And he was drunk.
Anyway,
The man had a bottle of Henny with him.
he did, yes. He did. Yeah, so and he was actually supposed to have called this album Good Ass Job because we've heard about the long awaited Good Ass Job, and that pretty much got to the back burner, and it came out to be what My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is. But I feel like there's some tracks from Good Ass Job that's still circling around from what I've read.
Really? Like
from what I've read.
Oh wow.
But yeah, man. So let's see. And I think that's everything about this album. Actually, oh yeah. And he actually had, remember that 35 music video, minute music for Runaway too.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah.
That was he had that model he was dating, Selena Ebanks, I think her name is.
Yes.
She was like a Victoria's Secret model, and she was in the video with the like playing the angel with the wings and all that, and you know he ended up. I think he ended that relationship to go with Amber Rose or something like that, and they played that video. I want to say on BET they played that. I saw the world premiere on, I believe it was BET or MTV.
Yeah, it was on. I saw it on BT. It was a BT, Saturday night.
Yeah,
they blew the fuck out of that shit.
Mm-hmm. And I like the VMA performance with Pusha when he had on the red suit. That was fire.
That was fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But when this album came out, I was just getting to in high school too and shit like that too. So
right, true.
Everybody was talking about this album. They were playing Power. They were playing All the Lights. I mean.
Crazy.
And even the video for All the Lights caused a lot of controversy, which we're gonna get into.
Right.
Yeah. So he put out a lot of album covers for this album. What album cover do you have?
I have this one, but the booklet has like the I showed the booklet earlier. It had like the different like singles covers and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the original cover was him naked, like a cartoon version of him, like naked and shit like that. Yeah. He's like White Angel, but
like these are like the different covers for like different singles and stuff.
Yeah, I remember.
That's the Power single, the Power joint.
I love that Power cover. That was tough.
Yeah, the vinyl looked good. I like the vinyl for it.
Yeah, I've seen the vinyl go for a stupid amount of money, man. Like, God
yeah, yep. It's Kanye.
$79. I'm like, God damn.
Yep.
Hell, I got a college dropout for like $20 on vinyl.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, let's get this shit started. This album has about 13 tracks. Track number 1, Dark Fantasy. This was produced by RZA, Kanye, No ID, Jeff Baskin, and Mike Dean. But I kind of feel like it's more of a Kanye, Mike Dean, and No ID. Cause I feel like RZA maybe contributed drums and shit. If you ask me, yeah, those have them signature RZA drums. But anyway, this was a pretty dope song. I remember this came out when the Hangover was popping and shit like that.
Right.
The Hangover Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
Which I only fucked with the Hangover Part 1. Hangover Part 2 was
that's was always been my favorite. Yeah, like that's an unnecessary trilogy. I didn't like the 2 and 3.
Yeah, I felt like it was good. It was good at that time, but now y'all y'all doing too much.
I agree.
Now, how many times are y'all gonna get a Hangover? Y'all gonna sequel, World Domination? But anyway,
they were milking it.
Yeah, definitely. And then anyway, this was a very dope track. Can we get much higher? Everyone knows that chorus.
Mm-hmm.
And No ID, he actually offered a beat to both Drake and Jay-Z.
Oh wow.
And stuff like that. I don't know if I can see Jay on this track. I can maybe more Drake.
You can see Drake on this?
Yeah. Cause I know him on Drake and No ID done some good shit with one another over the years, but you know me. I this is not really the Jay track. Now I don't see it, but Yeah, man. And Nicki Minaj is in the English accent,
Right.
in the intro and shit like that. Nice way to start off the album. I'm not gonna lie, this was dope.
Hmm. I love how Nicki started it off in her British accent, and she talking her little shit. And you got RZA contributing on the beat, and the pianos was there. This felt like a Wu track. I'm like, oh, this is like a
Yeah,
RZA, like post W type of track for Wu. Like I could definitely hear Method Man and Ghost on this track, and the bass line was dope. And Kanye has some bars on here. I like he said stupid, but what the hell do I know? I'm just a Chi-Town nigga with a Nas flow. And my chicken that new Phoebe Philo. So much head I woke up to Sleepy Hollow. Too many Urkels on your team, that's why you win slow. Like I love that. Like definitely a great track and a great way to start this album off.
yeah. This is pretty much one of his best, lyrically wise. This is one of his best songs and shit like that. Like, yeah, we
Yeah.
know it was probably Ghost written. We know that, but still, the way he just presented the track and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Um, then we're gonna get Gorgeous with Kid Cudi and Raekwon. And again, another dope song. Love that beat too. It definitely had like a very cruising in the nighttime downtown kind of beat. You know what I'm saying? Um, give me 1 second. Sorry about that. Yeah, Raekwon definitely. I love the verse from Raekwon, and I feel like he stole the show on this one too. He said a line. Give me a second. If my computer can act. Yeah. I done cop Tim's, lived in lenses, kids, Amani suits, fresh fruits, Bali boots, and Benzes, and shit like that. And Raekwon did not even want to do this song.
Oh wow.
RZA actually had to force him to do this track and shit too. And he met Kanye, and he actually said, "I'm glad he did the track and shit." Him and Kanye became cool and whatnot too. And
Mm,
this was around the time when Raekwon had Cuban Links 2, an
fire.
album we need to talk about,
Hmm.
but
I need
I
I
have to
need
talk
I need
about
to
Lex
get that
Diamond.
album. That album is like stupid out of
And
print.
we gotta talk about Lex Diamond before we talk about that one,
Oh Lord.
unfortunately. Yeah.
He didn't. That's another thing. He didn't want to do this song, but you did the song with Justin Bieber. That didn't make the album either. I don't get that.
Yeah, you know how Raekwon can be. He can be kind of a lot of shit. RZA had to like force him to do and shit. You know what I'm
He
saying?
ran to do a song with Justin Bieber and Kanye, but you
Thank
didn't want to
you.
do this song, and this song is fire.
Yeah, want to
That
do a
doesn't
song
make
with
sense.
Bieber. Want to do a song with Bieber and
Hey,
shit.
I'm not putting Bieber down. I like Bieber. I'm just saying you ran to do a
I
song
am.
with Bieber, but you didn't want to do this song. This song is fire.
I'm putting Bieber down. Shit, Mister. I'm here for the black people and shit. After
Oh
saying one less
man.
than but anyway, that's all I have to say.
I thought this was a dope joint. It was great to hear a back to back song on a Kanye album with RZA affiliates. That's dope. Like it was great to hear Ray on this track.
Good
And
RZA beat.
yes, it was really like a really sparse beat. I like the good I like the nice guitar breakdown like towards the end of the track. And Kanye did that a lot with this album. Like he had like the instruments breathe and add to the track with like the different instruments, whether it was a guitar or like a piano or whatever. Kid Cudi on the chorus, that was a nice added touch. Kanye was saying it's hip hop, just a euphorism for a new religion, the soul music of the slaves that the youth is missing. But this is more than just my road to redemption. Malcolm West had the whole nation standing at attention. As long as I'm in polo smiling, they think they got me, but they'll try to crack me if they ever see a black me. I thought I chose a field where they couldn't sap me. If a nigga ain't shooting a jumper or running a track meet, so he was definitely taking shots at the media and the naysayers and the haters. And I thought it was a dope song. Like again, like I've heard Raekwon on like there's two other songs that he did that didn't make the album, and he rushed to work with Bieber, but you didn't like this song. And I thought this song was fire, so it was definitely a dope one to me.
I don't understand certain artists sometimes and shit.
I don't get it. I really don't.
It's like, I don't be real. I'm gonna be real. I'm gonna be real. It's like when they don't want to do shit, and the producers force them and shit like that.
Mm.
And then once that shit becomes a big hit, it's like, oh
Mm-hmm.
wow, I can't like
Exactly.
this. It was an honor for me to do this shit. Like, shut your ass up. No, I'm being for real. I'm being honest.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Do people remember that song with Justin Bieber and shit like that? I'm just gonna be real.
I remember this song because I heard all the unreleased joints from the album. Yeah, like he put it on a whole mixtape, like the Good Friday mixtape. Y'all can download that on that Piff or it should be on YouTube by now. So
Yeah.
you know.
Thank you. Okay. Okay. All right. So let me enough of me talking shit. Now we're gonna get into
Power.
yeah. Thank you, man. Let me tell you, when I first heard this track, blew my fucking. I was like, Kanye is back.
Yeah.
That African beat, and then the BT Awards performance.
Yes. I
Iconic.
think he started off the award show, right?
Yes. Yes.
That was epic. That's the way you start off on the award show, definitely. Definitely.
One of my top 5 favorite performances from the BT Awards and shit.
That's the first time I heard this track. I think he debuted it at the award show before the video came out, and I'm like, yes, this is gonna be a banger.
Yeah, I actually heard it from LimeWire days, and shit, believe it or not.
Right.
But yeah, this is pretty much him, talking about his power and shit like that, return to form. That beat was so epic. I love that usage of the King Crimson sample.
Right.
Progressive rock group. Me and Sam, we know that shit.
Sam, where's Sam, man? I don't see him tonight.
He's here. He was here earlier.
Okay.
But yeah, this was Kanye, pretty much. And one of the things about this album, he pretty much took different things from each of his albums previously and added here. And he has like a graduation kind of sound with this song, especially with the rock guitar, like the 26th century.
Yes.
And that was actually my introduction to King Crimson, this song.
Right.
So,
that's dope. Yeah, it definitely had a progressive rock feel to it. The guitars and the beat was just nasty. The bass line, the hand claps at the start and the chanting, and I'm like from when you hear like the chanting from like the choir in the background, I'm like, yo, it's gonna be something epic, and it's definitely a great song. I've heard this song all over in commercials and movies. Definitely one of his signature songs. You got Kanye saying, "In this white man's world, we the ones chosen. So good night, cruel world. I see you in the morning. This is way too much. I need a moment." Definitely one of my favorite Kanye songs.
Definitely. Now we're gonna get to All of the Lights. I'm just gonna talk about the song in general. I'm not really gonna talk about the end of the shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Man, I'm not gonna lie. When I first heard this track, I liked it, but I was not a major fan of it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But then I heard it a couple. Like, oh look, it's one of those songs with like the little things I appreciated, like the fast-paced beat, the HBCU marching band kind of horns and stuff like that. Kid Cudi, getting ma, and then the video was like a visual masterpiece.
It was dope, definitely.
I mentioned the video did cause some controversy when it came out because the fast images kind of had like an ellipse warning and stuff like that, and it was kind of I think it was banned at one point on TV because people were saying, oh, like I think people were like saying, oh, it was causing seizures to viewers.
It was causing epilepsy to people? Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, and yeah, and then I watched it a few times and shit like that. It was very fast paced, but my question is this: like, if you knew, why the fuck you watching that shit so fucking fast? And you knew all them images and you guys see this shit. That's my question.
Exactly.
I mean, I'm not trying to be rude though, but I'm just being honest, But anyway, yeah. But anyway, Rihanna, definitely, in my opinion, she definitely did a thing like on this track too. And I'm not the biggest Rihanna fan though, but certain rappers who she makes music with, she definitely does a thing, and she, I know everyone's waiting for that next album, but I don't think that's gonna happen anytime soon. I'm real. I personally feel like she's secretly retired.
You think so? You think she's done? I don't
Because
think she's
she's
done with
doing
music
all this
yet.
business stuff now. I mean,
Yeah, but so is everybody.
man,
She
I don't
don't
know.
need. She's
I
at the
really,
point where she don't need to come out every year now. She can come out. She can take 5 years off and come out, and people still love her.
yeah, like Anita Baker kind of secretly
Right,
retired when she did Rhythm of Love, and then she came back with the 2005 album and shit.
right.
Um, Nicki Minaj maybe retired after she dropped the Queen album once she got married and
Right.
shit. I mean,
But she's coming back though. Nicki's not done. She just went off to raise her kid. You think
yeah,
she's
maybe
done?
maybe Rihanna has a kid. Maybe we don't know. Maybe these artists
Could be.
got going like artists go through shit too in their
Right,
lives and
right.
shit. We don't know what they're going through, but
Yeah, she might have just
that's it
wanted a
right
break.
now.
You know,
Huh?
she might have wanted a break from music.
Yeah.
You
Hell,
know.
Kendrick took a long
Mm-hmm.
ass break.
Kendrick took a break. I think he could do that at this point. You know,
Hmm. What about Michael Jackson? See, Michael was different because
Michael took breaks.
he took breaks, but at the same time, the albums were so successful, he could promote that shit for 2 years, and that
Exactly.
shit would still be popping. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Mm-hmm.
Janet Jackson's another example. Rhythm
Janet too.
Nation was like
Mm-hmm.
89, 90. I would say early
Yep.
91. And then she
Mm-hmm.
had a soundtrack song with that Luther Vandross, that the best things in life are free
Right. More money.
and shit like that too.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
certain artists, and that's when labels actually gave a damn too.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah.
But that's all I have to say about all of the lights. Oh, Hype Williams directed
Yes.
the video too. I forgot to mention.
Yes. Hype was. This is one of his best underrated videos. Definitely loved it with the neon lights and everything. And there's a shitload of celeb artists on this song. I didn't
Right.
realize that. It's like you got Elton John, you got Rihanna on the chorus. Drake is on here. The Dream, Ryan Leslie, Charlie Wilson, John Legend on the pianos. You got Fergie from that Fergie from Black Eyed Peas, Alicia Keys. You can actually hear Elton John and Alicia Keys on the breakdown,
Yes.
or towards the end of the song. There's a shitload of celebs on this song, but you got to read the booklet out. That's why I love album booklets, because in the album booklet they have all the artists. On streaming they don't tell you. It's just featuring Rihanna, but it's more artists on the song. But it's a great song. I love the rumbling drums on that, the bass line, the horns when it start off, the congos, everything about it was dope. Kanye saying restraining order, can't see my daughter, her mother, brother, grandmother hit me in that order. Public visitation, we met at Borders. Told her if she take me back, I'll be more supportive. I made mistakes. I bumped my head. Court sucked me dry. I spent that bread. She need her daddy. Baby, please can't let her grow up in that ghetto university. I love his flow in that. I was like so dope. And when you read those lyrics, it almost sound like that's the shit he's going through now with Kim Kardashian. And this is like before the marriage with him and Kim. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, this was a classic collab, man. I loved it.
Right. I know Q said, what about Prince? Prince was mostly dropping annually. He took breaks maybe towards later on in his career and shit
Right.
like that, but there was at one point this
He,
nigga between 79 and
yeah.
93, because I'm not really gonna count the hits in the B side. That was more
Right.
compilation. He was dropping yearly. He didn't want to be
Yeah,
based on.
because he wanted to get out that contract. That's why he was
Well,
rushing it.
even before the contract, because you
Mm.
know, 1980, he dropped Dirty Mind, the 81 Controversy,
Right.
82, 1999,
Mm-hmm.
83. He was working on Purple Rain and shit too. So
Right.
plus MJ was killing it with Thriller too.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I
That
might
kind of
count
thing.
that as a little break, maybe, but you
Mm-hmm.
know,
Right. He's
I
still
feel like it's
dropping
gonna
albums and
be.
he dead.
I feel like it's gonna be a topic throughout the fucking chat.
What's that? The
But yeah, that
albums?
Welcome to America shit was dope, by the way.
I gotta hear that. I haven't heard it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Track number 6, Monster,
Mm.
featuring Jay-Z, Rick Ross, Bon Iver, and the MVP herself, Nicki Minaj. Now I feel like this is the first time on this channel I'm really gonna give the MVP to Nicki, but
Same.
her verse was a game changer for her, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people were saying, "Oh, Nicki can't spit." They were because she was like really when Pink Friday came out, it was like more of a pop Lane and shit like that, and people forgot. Cause even back in the mixtape days, I'm not gonna lie, she had a few bars and shit. You
Oh
know, she
yeah,
could spit. Niggas be forgetting and shit too. So when she came out with Monster,
crazy.
it was, and that's another thing too. The guest appearances on this album, every guest appearance on this album was on point. You can't say that
Right.
about a lot of albums these days.
Facts.
Cough, King's disease, but yeah, yeah. But
Man.
I even though I love King's disease, I had to say it. You know,
Mm.
so yeah, even Nikki said this was like a breakout moment and shit. So this is
Yeah.
what some of what she said. Cause that's what a motherfucking monster do. Hairdresser from Milan, that's what the monster do. Monster going to be here, that's the monster shoe. Young Money is the roster and the monster crew. Like very, very dope. If I have to pick a second person, I may have to say I like Jay's verse in my opinion. Like
Yes.
Sasquatch, Godzilla, King Kong, Loch Ness, Goblin, Ghoul, a zombie with no conscience. Like why wasn't this on Blueprint 3 like this, Jay? But you know what?
Right? Oh Lord.
Yeah, because this came out 1 year after Blueprint 3.
Hmm. I don't
Yeah,
know.
man. Monster, this is definitely one of my all-time favorite Kanye joints, in my opinion. Yeah, classic. Yeah, I would say it's a classic joint.
Definitely. Nicki stole the show. I totally forgot Rick Ross was on here, and I love Rick Ross. And he usually steals the features, but he took a backseat to Jay and Nicki. I think that Nicki definitely had the best verse on here. I like Nicki's early albums, you know, the Pink Print and Pink Friday. Those are great. Um, like yeah, like you quoted all the Nicki bars. She did her thing on that, and I like the way she started it off with like that real aggressive voice that she usually has on songs. And Jay killed it with the Sasquatch, Godzilla, King Kong, naming different monsters and creatures from like film and monster lore, and you know they both killed. You got Charlie Wilson on the background vocals. He's also on here. Bon Iver was on here. You know he's a dope artist as well. The beat was knocking, and you got like the spacey sounds, and you know the voices on here, and the video was dope as well. I like the video for that. Definitely a classic collab.
I agree. And yeah, man, I agree and shit. If we were to like to maybe do like a list of posse cuts in hip hop, that might be on the list one day.
Yes, for sure.
Now we're gonna get into So Appalled featuring Swiss Beats, Jay Z, Pusha T, Sada Prince, and RZA. Again, another dope posse cut. Not in my opinion, not on the same level as Monster. I'm not gonna lie, but I feel like it's a dope one. This is another one I feel like Jay again did his thing on this one and shit like that too.
Hmm.
Um, I think there was some controversy with Jay's. No, that was a different
Oh,
song. Wait, oh no, it was this song. Okay, so y'all want to laugh?
whatever.
So there was some controversy with Jay's song because he had a line where he said, "And Hammer went broke, so you know I'm more focused. I lost 30
Right.
mil, so I spent another 30. Because unlike Hammer, 30 million can't hurt me."
Mm.
So Hammer pretty much took that as a diss to Jay, and he was pretty much going around the media talking about how, and this is a true
Hmm.
story, how
Right.
Jay Z was like a devil worshiper or whatever, and he made a diss track against Jay called "Better Run Run."
Never even heard it.
Yeah, a lot of people haven't heard it, and I actually heard it, and yeah, it forgettable, but
Wow.
yeah, so and pretty much, Jay he actually didn't really take no mind on that track and shit like that too. So
Right.
yeah, but then there's actually some more controversy because there was also this line where he said all these little bitches too big for their britches, burning their little bridges, fucking ridiculous.
Mm.
That might have been aimed at Beanie Siegel, according to a lot
Jay?
of people.
Really?
Because around this time, Beanie and Jay were going at it.
Man.
Because, around the time Beanie came out of prison, I think he felt like Jay, that whole beef was a long story. You felt like Jay
Jay
didn't have his back.
but Jay tried to groom him into a businessman. He loved the streets. He kept getting in trouble.
Yeah, that
So
yeah.
it's
People
not like
people
Jay
forget
Jay
about
didn't look out for him. I think Jay looked out more for Beans than he did for Bleak.
Shh. People forget about that shit,
You know what
and
I'm
that's
saying?
and I feel like when it comes to Jay-Z, he gets kind of like the same treatment as Diana Ross sometimes. Like
Mm,
they just love to hate because it's like, oh, Jay-Z was part of this. Oh, this is all Jay-Z's fault that Beanie did this. It's
right.
all Jay-Z's fault that Bleak didn't have a big career and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? It's like they
Mm,
just even like when I look at this YouTuber called Stunning Growth
mm,
music and shit like that. Shout out to Stunning Growth music. He actually makes some dope shit. A lot of his content, he's talking about how the Rockefeller artists, how come they didn't blow up,
mm.
and people always look at I see a theme with Jay-Z here and shit like that too. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people just love to hate Jay. And don't get me wrong, Jay has done some shit in his career. I'm not gonna lie, that I
Yeah.
gave a side eye to. I'm not gonna lie,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
like a lot of rappers do, but it's like people always want to cite Jay-Z. Oh, he's the reason for this. He's the reason for 9/11 and shit. Fuck it, you know. I'm just being real. Fuck it.
Mm.
But yeah, that verse was one of Jay's best verses on the album and stuff like that too. So yeah, So Paul, that was a dope track.
Ronnie said Beans talked about it on Drink Champs. I didn't watch that episode yet.
Send it to me, Ronnie, when you have a chance.
Cause Drink Champs go like 3-4 hours because Nori can't shut the fuck up and let us all
Right, I
talk.
don't. That's one. Yeah, I don't like watching Rick Hanoi because
Yeah,
she always interrupts and shit. I'm like, oh, shut
that's
up.
annoying. It's annoying. So I stopped watching it, but I seen when the notification came up that he was on it, but I didn't see the what he had to say about that. But Jay-Z tried to make Beans into a businessman, and he kept getting caught up in the streets. So that's not
Exactly.
Jay-Z's fault. Beanie Siegel's a grown ass man. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying?
Thank
If
you.
you have a label and you have artists on the label and your ass can't stay out of prison. So and you under Rockefeller. So you know what I'm saying? So that's not Jay-Z's fault. You know?
Thank you. And
But
I've always hated that about his fan base, how they always blame Jay Z for
mhm,
Beans not blowing up and shit like that. You know what I'm
right.
saying?
And he looked out for him. Bleak lived in the same projects as him, and he looked out more for Beans who came from Philly than Bleak. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? So that's not on Jay. I don't think that's on Jay. I think that's on Beans. He fucked up. You know what I'm saying? When all the other state property members they come out, look to Beans for that, not Jay.
Yes.
You know, I thought it was a great song. I definitely enjoyed Pusha T's part in the song, and when he was saying success is what you make it, take it how you come. Half a million 20s is like a billion where I'm from. An arrogant drug dealer, the legend I become. CNN, I said I'll be dead by 21. Blackjack, I just pulled in aces. You looking at the king in his face. Everything I dream, motherfuckers, I'm watching it take shape. While to you, I'm just a young rich nigga who lacks faith. Range Rover, leather roof, love war, fuck a truce. Still love a bird like I'm in bed with mother goose. Like, Pusha was just killing shit. Like, I think he had the best verse. Jay was dope as well on this track. I like the beat and the orchestra. Playing in the background, that was dope. And you got Swizz, one hand in the air, middle finger in the. I like, Swizz was just on his good shit back then. He's not even a shell of himself right now, but back at this time, Swizz was still good. And Sahara the Prince, he was dope as well. But yeah, this is definitely one of my favorites on this album.
Yes, sir. I'm done playing video games for the night. For now, I gotta do some work on my thesis. Um, yo, okay, we halfway done with this album. Okay. All right, track number 8, "Devil in a New Dress." My favorite track off this album.
Mm,
The same way
yeah,
Nicki blessed Monster was the same way Rick Ross blessed this track. And I got to confess another confession. Y'all know I was not a Team Rick Ross fan. The longest time when we did the breakdown, I said I was not
right,
a big Rick Ross fan and shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
right, right.
This verse was the verse that made me pay attention. It was this verse and the verse he did on Nas's accidental murders on Life is
Yeah,
Good.
that was
I was
good.
like, okay, maybe he's not that bad after all and shit like that. And I re-listened to his shit, and I got more of like a respect for him as a. Even though the whole correction officer, that's another story for a different day. We're not going to talk about that today.
Right.
We're gonna talk about Rick Ross, the rapper,
Mm-hmm.
and he definitely did his thing on this one and shit. And first of all, beautiful Smokey Robinson sample, very
Yes.
beautiful Smokey
I
Robinson,
love
like
that.
that, like Bink, man. Yes, like it's like very
Wow.
reminiscent of like the Dipset song, the
Mm-hmm.
Blueprint songs, but it's like a
Yes.
more contemporary, modern
Mm-hmm.
style. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
And then Mike Dean with that fucking guitar. Oh,
Yes. I love that.
oh, Jesus
I love
Christ!
that.
Like, and mind you,
Mm-hmm.
Rick Ross originally was not supposed to be on this album.
That's crazy.
You see how destiny works, people? You see how fucking destiny works?
Crazy.
Like, pretty much, because mind you, Kanye did the whole Live Fast Die Young. I want to say from the Teflon Don album.
Yeah, he was on that.
Dope
Yes.
album.
2010, same year.
Yeah, 2010.
Yep.
And Rick Ross was very impressed with what he
Mm-hmm.
heard. And he literally, I think he said in the interview, he literally almost cried when he heard that track.
Wow.
And that's when he wanted to drop one of the greatest verses in hip hop history. Yes, I said
Yes.
it.
Yes. I
Yes,
agree. I agree.
I fucking said it.
I agree.
Like this nigga
Definitely.
said, had ciphers with Yeezy before his mouth. What?
Mm. Come on, man.
Before his jaw shattered, climbing up the Lord's ladder. What the flying fuck? Like, whoo! Like I just like niggas had. I mean, yeah, Kanye too. I'm not gonna lie.
Mm-hmm.
His verse
Kanye was
was
good.
dope. It was
Mm-hmm.
good, and
Yeah.
I'm not giving that much respect to him on his verse on his album because, like I said, guest appearances have been A1, A1, A1. But this track right here, I felt like it was Rick Ross's whole show, in my opinion. Like
Definitely.
this is the classic, a hip hop classic.
Yes. Definitely.
Well done, speechless.
Definitely. Agree
Yes.
with you on that. Like from the moment I heard that beat, I was like, yo, like Ross destroyed this track, yo. He destroyed this track. This is why I love this dude's music, like from Port of Miami all the way to now, to Port of Miami too. Like he been dropping classic after classic, features, everything has been flawless. This man has a flawless discography. Like right up there when people talk about Westside Gun and Conway and Benny, you gotta put Ross in there because his discography is flawless. Like for real. I don't think he has one bad album. You know what I'm saying? And it is definitely one of his best verses. I love that beat. It's real soulful. It's real smooth. You got the guitars that come in. I like when the guitars like they come in after Kanye's verse, after the chorus,
Yes.
and then they play out, and then like the beat fades back in, and Ross just starts off, and yo, this dude was like looking at my bitch. I bet you give your ass a bone. Looking at my wrist, it'll turn your ass to stone. Stretch limousine, sipping rose all alone. Double-headed monster with the mind of its own. Cherry red chariot. Excess is just my character. All black tux. Nigga choose lavender. What? Come on, bro. If that's not lyricism, I don't know what is, man. Like
I
that.
don't
That
know.
is. This is Ross is the best dude out of Florida. I'm saying it. The best MC out of Florida. I love Trick Daddy, but he ain't fucking with Ross lyrically. Like, nah. Ross is
Yeah,
that dude. You know what I'm saying?
Trick ain't such a Ross.
Ross is that dude. Kanye was real witty. He was real witty, like as usual. Like he had like witty lines. He said, you know, I hit the Jamaican spot at the bar. Take your seat. I ordered you jerky. She said, you are what you eat. You see, I always loved the sense of humor, but tonight you should have seen how quiet the room was, and then from start to finish, like he started off the track hard and he ended it hard. Like he said, you know, I shed a tear before the night's over. God bless the man I put this ice over. Getting Tupac money twice over. Still a real nigga. Red Coogee sweater, dice roller. Who fucking with Ross? Come on. I would put Ross against Jadakiss right now and Ross will win. That's how confident I am in Rick Ross. And this man have classics. Best MC out of Florida. Top 5 that are alive right now in this era, definitely. Classic collab.
I can't even argue. I can't even argue with that, man. Because when I think of Florida, yeah, like Two Live Crew, Trick Daddy. I don't even think a lot of motherfuckers from Florida really impacted the way Ross, how Ross did
And,
and shit. You know?
if Ross ain't writing his bars, then he got a goddamn good ghostwriter. That's all I can say.
Yeah, because
Definitely
if
the
people
best out
can
of Florida.
say Drake is on Kendrick's level and he has a ghostwriter, then
Right.
we can talk about Ross too, because Ross, he writes some of his bars. I think he has a few ghostwriters, but he mostly writes some of his bars from what I've known.
Yo, that classic. Yeah, and I love the video too. He's like in the car and shit, just like riding around in the wintertime and shit.
Yeah,
Fire, fire. One of my
for
favorites on
real,
this album.
for a hip hop classic.
Yeah.
Oh, another trivia too. Ross's verse was added a day before the album was turned to the record label.
Oh shit,
Ah,
that's crazy.
so track number 9,
Amazing.
Runaway. Again, oh wow. Another very perfect song. Like this was like a progressive rap song, like with the piano. Pusha
Yes.
T definitely did his thing on this verse, you know what I'm saying? Um I think this was around the time when he signed to Good Music around this time too. You know, it just talks about Kanye's thoughts on failed relationships and how, the media's way of King Konging him pretty much led him to run away and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Very very dope track. The VMA performance, the video, we talked about this. I mean, it's a
Mm-hmm.
very iconic video and stuff like that too. 35 minutes. 35 minutes.
Jesus.
We might have to do a reaction to that. I haven't seen the
Yeah.
video since
Yeah.
like
It's been a
since,
couple years.
yes, it's a couple of years. So I'm gonna have to do a reaction to that one day.
Mm-hmm.
This
Yes.
feels so good talking about the good of Kanye, just in case
Right.
Donda is bad
Oh lord.
and shit. Yeah.
So that's why you did this review.
Well, yeah, because I know people gonna ask me to talk about Donda, but I'm like, I don't really don't want to. In case that shit don't even come out, I mean, I don't want to waste my
Right.
time.
Right. Just remember the good of Kanye.
Yeah, besides, I really want
Mm.
to start listening to Nas' album too.
Right. I miss the old Kanye. This was great. Like I love the pianos, the way it starts off with the pianos and the bass line. I believe Pete Rock used the same bass line for the basement on Mecca and the Soul Brother. I want to say it was the same bass line. The guitars were good on here. The beat, Pusha again definitely did his thing. He's another one that never disappoints with features and he's saying every bag, every blouse, every bracelet comes with the price tag. Baby, face it. You should leave if you can't accept the basics. Plenty holes in the baller nigga matrix. Invisibility set. The Rolex is faceless. I'm just a young, rich, and tasteless. Pete, fire verse from Pusha T. One of the best out now is with the new school and the old school. I put him right there with any lyricist. Kanye did his thing and he's singing and I love the chorus. I always find something wrong. You've been putting up with my shit for way too long. I loved it. Like Kanye didn't give a fuck. He was just singing off beat, and it still sounded dope on the beat. I'm like, yo, this is a dope ass song. The video was way too long though. 35 minutes. That was like a fucking like. Thought I was watching like a mini like thriller video movie or some shit. But definitely it's Kanye was real extravagant and big, and I love Kanye for that because he definitely didn't disappoint. So definitely a bang.
Yeah. No, I have another confession.
What's your
The last 3 tracks are the reason why I don't put this album as one of my all-time favorites from Kanye, because
Mhm.
I felt like it was not such the earlier track. Like, I'm just gonna be real with you, I didn't care for the last 3 tracks. So yeah,
Yeah, let's have a toast to the assholes. I like that part. Let's have a toast to the assholes. Yeah.
that
Right.
that's the motto for this fucking year. Toast to the asshole.
Right?
Yeah, but anyway, let me get this over with. Hella for Life. Uh, I did not like this song. It was the beat. I liked the beat a little bit, but I was just like, okay, I didn't care. I mean, he had Tiana Taylor doing background vocals too. He's talking about marrying a porn actress and shit like that. I mean,
Right.
that's alright.
I like what he was saying. He was saying like, tell me what I got to do to be that guy. So that price go down if she ever fuck a black guy or do anal or do a gangbang. It's kind of crazy. That's all considered the same thing. Well, I guess a lot of niggas do gangbang. If we run trains, we all in the same gang. Runaway slaves all on the chain gang. Bang, 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 bang. I love that verse, and yeah, like you said, like him talking about being with a porn star. Which if you look at Kim Kardashian, she had a porno tape out. You know, um, but I feel like this album is like a prequel to like his marriage with Kim Kardashian. A
I
lot
feel
of
like
the
it was
songs.
oh, go ahead.
No, I was saying a lot of the songs like when you listen to them now in like hindsight of the divorce is like, yo, this dude was really talking about his wife, but it was like a prelude to his wife. You know.
I feel like this whole album was just the next chapter in his whole career. Like it was just a prequel of what's to come and stuff. You know what I'm saying?
I love the beat. I thought the beat was dope. It had like a rock infused type of feel to it, and it had like a real trippy breakdown, and like the gospel choir in the background singing. And I love the chorus. Have you lost your mind? Tell me what you think. We crossed the line. Blah. I love that. That sounded like some shit from like a children's like game or something.
Right.
You know, but that was dope. I definitely enjoyed Hell of Life.
Mm. Now we're gonna get to Blame Game featuring John Legend and Chris Rock. Yeah.
You didn't like this?
Again, another track I didn't really care for. I mean, Chris Rock, he does his thing. He's always randomly appearing on a hip hop album, like out of nowhere and shit. So, like, really, like, dead ass, like, randomly, you'll just come out of nowhere and show, like, oh wow, Chris Rock's on a hip hop album.
Right.
Like, but yeah. And so, I think pretty much he was going to do a video for this song with Amber Rose, but she declined the
Oh wow.
offer to do a video. So,
Interesting. And
yeah.
that was their relationship after.
But yeah, I didn't care for this one.
I actually like this joint. This was one of my favorites. I like the pianos on it, and you got John Legend on the chorus. The beat was nice. You got Kanye talking about his relationship, saying you wasn't perfect, but you made life worth it. Stick around, some real feelings might surface. Been a long time since I spoke to you. In the bathroom, gripping you up, fucking and choking you. What the hell was I supposed to do? I know you ain't getting this type of dick from that local dude. And if you are, I hope you have a good time. Cause I definitely be having mine. And then the next part of his verse is like he's like talking in like auto tune or like his voice changes up or whatever. And you
Right.
got Chris Rock talking his shit, talking about you talking about how he was fucking parts of your fucking parts of her pussy that he never fucked before, and who the fuck reupholstered your pussy, all this crazy shit. It was hilarious though. Like I love Chris Rock, one of my favorite comedians, and I thought he was cool. Only I don't think he was really necessarily needed on the track, but I think like his part where he's like talking all the shit on the end of the track was like hilarious, and John Legend on the chorus. Let's play the blame game. I love you. I love that. And John Legend also played this at the Verses against Alicia Keys.
Right.
He did play that. Yeah, that was dope. I definitely enjoyed the song. So.
Definitely. All right. Then we're gonna have the next track, "Lost in the World," featuring Bon Iver. Um. Yeah, I didn't care for this track. I didn't care for this one either.
You didn't care for this album?
Nah.
I thought it definitely reminded me of a track that could have been on 808s and Heartbreaks, like with the African drums and the chanting. I thought it had that real vibe of 808s and Heartbreaks. I definitely like the song. I like the beat. Bon Iver is a dope artist as well. I think after this is when he started working more with Kanye. I know Kanye worked with him on the 22 to a Million album. That was a dope. I need to get that Bon Iver album. That was a dope album as well. And you got Bon Iver singing autotune, and I've never heard Bon Iver singing autotune until this album, and then he did it more in the 22 to a Million album. And I thought Kanye was dope. He said, "You're my devil, you're my angel, you're heaven, you're my hell, you're my now, you're my forever, you're my freedom, you're my jail, you're my lies, you're my truth, You're my war, you're my truce, you're my questions, you're my proof, you're my stress, and you're my masseuse. And I like that, the way he was like flowing with those words. And I thought it was a dope song. It's not one of my favorites, but I thought it was dope to have Bon Iver on there as well with him. So.
Right. Yeah, man. A little trivia too.
Mm-hmm.
He actually wrote this song originally as a love poem to Kim Kardashian
Right, of course he did.
at first, way
Mm-hmm.
before they
Way before they hooked up.
yeah.
Oh, so they were flirting when he was with Amber Rose. I tell you, it's a prelude to their marriage. If you look back at a lot of these songs, you hear Blame Game. That's like what happened with his marriage. His marriage went through all the controversy and all this other shit, and it's like looking back at he can play this album right now and be like, yo, this is where my marriage failed at.
Hmm. And then the last track, "Who Will Survive in America," is pretty much like his own version of the Gil Scott Heron track, "Coming Number One." It's talking about Kanye's future, and he's really just talking about his family worth and stuff like that. Pretty interesting way to end up the album. So yeah,
Yeah, this was cool, like to have like giving homage to a great poet Jill Scott Heron. We talked about his album was it Reflections on my channel as well. Like last year, that was a great album, and I've always liked his poetry, and it was dope to hear him on this album, and he had like a nice beat in the background, and it's sort of like to me, it's like a continuation of the last track of Lost in the World, and I like the way that he ended off the album, and yeah, it was dope to me.
yeah, definitely. All right. Overall, this album is pretty dope. Pretty good album. A lot of fans call this album like his greatest album. I tend to disagree because me personally, I didn't care for like the last three tracks. Like the first maybe nine tracks was perfect. It was dope,
Right.
flawless. The last three tracks, it just didn't really do anything. I felt like maybe it was a bit too long. I don't know. Production wise, I felt this was Kanye at his apex. Using everything he learned in the past, like the soulful production of College Dropout and Late Registration, to the more denser, stripped down production in Graduation, to the more atmospheric production 808s, and just combine it all together. Like this was like his sign of the time in a way. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This was the album. Personally, I felt he tried to duplicate a lot of times.
Right.
Um, I would say Life of Pablo was some perfect example
Mm.
and shit too. So yeah, this album to me was a good album. You know, is it a classic album? Is it a classic album? Maybe. You actually know what? I will call it a classic album. I will call it a classic. So this is a very dope. I'm gonna give this album a 4 mics.
I think it's a great album. Like the production and the instrumentation and the having like orchestra. Just it's something we don't hear on hip hop albums anymore. You know what I'm saying? The instrumentation was very great, and having the instruments breathe on the track, and having every collab on here was like some of the best. Like Rick Ross on here killing it, Kid Cudi, and to have Pusha T killing every feature he had on here, and you got the RZA on here, and Sada Prince, and Jay Nicki with one of her best verses on any collab ever, and the features on here were great, and I don't feel like he got overshadowed by any of the artists. Like I think he was like he held his own, and he made every song, even if it was like a solo joint or like a joint with a feature. Every song was memorable. Bon Iver did his thing on here. Like we got Rihanna, and then to get like all of the lights to get that many artists on one song. Elton John and Fergie and Alicia Keys, Rihanna and The Dream and Neo, and it was just a great. That was a great epic track, and you know everything about it, the production, the mixing, the sequencing, everything to me was great. I love Devil in a New Dress and Runaway, Dark Fantasy, the first track, Monster, So Appalled, Blame Game, classic album. This to me definitely is a Five Mike album. I want to say it's Kanye's last classic album. I need old Kanye back like this. This is what I need from him. Like even though I enjoyed Jesus, I think Jesus was a dope album. It was a different sounding album from him. I like Pablo, but I like the bottom half of Pablo more than the first part. But other than and Watch the Throne, of course, that was a great collab album with him and Jay. But after that, I haven't. The only other album like since those was Kids See Ghosts. I really enjoyed that with him and Cudi. I think that was a dope
Yeah.
collab album with him and Cudi. And I've always liked Cudi. I think Cudi's an acquired taste. You know, he's not a lyricist like that. But I think for what he does, he's in his own lane and he has some dope ass albums. And I like Kids See Ghosts. But since this last classic, I haven't really enjoyed a Kanye album, and I need old Kanye back like this. I'm hoping Donda is that, because if Donda to me is a disappointment, I'm gonna be done with Kanye. I'm just gonna bump his old shit. So I'm hoping Donda is good. You know what I'm saying? Like it got to be solid. It can't be like the Wyoming album. You know,
Wow.
it got to be. It can't be like the gospel albums that he's dropped in the past. It got to be. I'm expecting like some 808s on Heartbreak or some Dark Twisted Fantasy type of shit with Donda. So we've been hearing about Donda for all these years. It's finally coming out hopefully on August 6th. So I'm hoping it's good. And yeah, this to me is a 5 minute classic. So I'm definitely I fuck with this.
Sam gave it 2 mics.
2 mics? Oh man, Sam, I don't know what you smoking, bro. This is certified bangers on here. He could use this whole album in the verses now and win.
Definitely.
Where you been, Sam? I ain't see you the whole night.
Yeah, I'm actually about to end off this video because I didn't eat anything and I'm trying to
Yeah.
eat some salad before I go to bed.
Right.
Um, so later on we're gonna do Ja Rule's 336.
What's good? 336, yes. Another solid album.
Yeah, I actually
Fine. Oh, you got the vinyl. Nice. Nice.
Yeah,
That's dope.
I actually can't wait to talk about that album.
Yes. Who had the better red cover, Ja Rule or Kanye?
Ja Rule.
You think so? I like Kanye's cover.
Yeah, Sunday.
Mm.
We'll talk about this.
Chino
one.
Excel, yes. Underrated.
Yeah,
Gotta give
Mind
Chino
y'all.
his respect.
That's the only album I'm showing y'all in my collection video. Just letting y'all know.
Okay. I'm not showing nothing else. I'm not showing nothing else until the collection vid. I ain't showing
Yeah,
nothing.
because I'm trying to get the Soul on Ice for you tomorrow.
Hey, if you can't get that, get the Bon Iver joint for me.
Oh no, I'm getting you Soul on Ice.
Okay. He's determined.
Yeah,
He's like, you getting this shit, damn it.
Oh yeah, because I really want to review the album next month and shit. Cause I'm getting that for myself too.
Cool.
And there's a good deal on it. That's why I'm like,
right.
Yeah, it's about time. I've already made a space in my vinyl collection for it. You know what I'm saying? So it's time.
Charlie Wilson didn't get a lot of credit on certain songs on here too. I know Ronnie said he didn't get credit on Bound. I don't remember him on Bound 2.
Yeah, he was doing the ad libs and stuff. Yeah.
And Kyle was good. Where y'all been at, yo?
Chilling. Yeah, and then Friday I might do another gameplay and shit like that.
Def Jam, you doing Def Jam on Friday? You said.
I'm gonna test the Def Jam with you tomorrow after the job. I was gonna do it tonight.
Okay.
But it's like too late right now, so I'm gonna do it tomorrow. I'm gonna test it out.
Right.
To see if this method is gonna work and shit. So.
Right.
If it works, then we can do Def Jam and shit.
Okay.
Yes. All right. So that being said, thank you so much, Try.
Yeah, no doubt.
Again, that versus was all over the place,
It's crazy.
crazy. But
I love it,
again,
but I just feel like Dipset came out with the wrong playlist.
oh yeah, for New York, it had to
Yeah,
happen and shit like that. I feel like it will go down
yeah.
in hip hop history at this point.
Hmm.
Hopefully, they do the Scarface and Ice Cube versus battle.
That would
Hopefully,
be
but
nice. That would be nice.
yeah, but we'll see. For every good versus, there's always two bad ones. So
Right? Oh God,
yeah,
what's next? I can't wait to see what they announce next.
right. But
I hope it's something
yeah,
good.
same. Hope everyone has a good night, and I'll see y'all
Yeah.
later. Peace.
All right. Peace.